If you were to look up the definition of unpretentious, you would get a good idea of the person Kay Schwalm was. She never wanted to stand out in the crowd or to receive any recognition. With Kay, it didn't matter if she knew you for 1 minute or many years, she treated everyone like a lifelong friend. Kay grew up on a farm north of Johnstown and was the only child of a cattle feeder and a homemaker, Raymond and Nellie Amon. She left home briefly to attend college at Colorado State University and went to work at Martin Marietta, but it didn't take long for her to come back home to join her father in his cattle feeding operation and make a home on the farm she grew up on. In 1967, she married David D. Wales, and they had 3 children, David Ray, Kelly Kay, and Michael D. In August 1981, she married Conrad DeWalt, and they shared a wonderful life until his death in 2005. At a Johnstown High School reunion, she reconnected with her classmate, Kenneth Schwalm, and on June 26, 2007, they were married. They celebrated 15 years of marriage at the time of her passing. They enjoyed many years of travel together and were never far from each other. Today, we take a moment to remember a remarkable woman who touched the lives of all those fortunate enough to have known her. Joyce Klein was an active member in the community and a staple of the church as she touched countless lives by purely being herself. Whether it was a conversation with students or staff at Roosevelt High School, a visit to the fire department, coffee with friends, playing in the bell choir, or singing in the choir, her presence was always impactful. She had a smile that touched many hearts and a laugh that was contagious. She was easily a friend to all, seeing the good in everyone and treating everyone with kindness and understanding. Joyce's character was one of her greatest gifts that she loved to share. She was a devoted wife to her husband Ron and the farm they cared for together for the last 57 years. She was a lifelong resident of Johnstown, a compassionate mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Joyce's character and outlook on life undoubtedly connected to her devotion to the church. We are put on this earth to make the lives of those around us better, and anyone who knew Joyce knows that is simply what she did. Today, as we think about Joyce, let's remember her spirit of kindness, her passion for community, and her ability to make friends wherever she went. Her free spirit and genuine nature drew people to her, and in her presence, friendships blossomed effortlessly. Daen Scott was a bright light who dedicated her life to the wellness of others. As a nurse practitioner, she was dedicated to providing support to people beyond the medical. As a member of this church, she was passionate about bringing important and inspirational messages to children through her puppets. As a mother, she gave all she had to her children, hoping they would learn to see how beautiful and gifted they truly are. Whether it was caring for her patients, her children, or her community, she was always willing and able to serve. She had various passions throughout her life and loved to learn new things and see new places. While she left us far too early, she lives on today through her kids, friends, and all the various lives she touched. In loving memory of Virginia Wales Morris, who spent most of her life in the Milliken Johnstown community. Virginia had a servant's heart and was happiest when she could do for others. She had a strong faith that served her well throughout her life. Her family and friends were blessed to have her for 97 plus years. She passed away on July 22nd, 2023, and she is dearly missed. The following scripture from 2 Timothy 4-7 hung on the wall in Virginia's home. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Linda Young was a loving wife, mother, grandmother, daughter, and sister. She took great care of the people in her life. She taught many children in the Johnstown Milliken community, and she was a lifelong member of this church. She loved her church community and enjoyed dedicating her time to several projects. She passed in October and is greatly missed by her friends and family. Richard Michael Frost was born on March 5th, 1945, and passed from this earthly life on January 14th, 2024. He was a loving son, brother, uncle, husband, father, and grandfather. He was a dedicated family man devoted to his children and grandchildren. He attended any and all of his grandchildren's events, whether it be music, theater, or sports. He was always available to his grandkids for a grandpa Uber ride. He never failed to say to his children and grandchildren alike, "Be good and have fun," in that order. And "You should have done anything." He is dearly missed by his wife Linda and daughters Jane Marie and Melissa and their families. Ruby Ehrlich was like a mother to us. She loved horses and birds, and she really loved owls. She will be missed, and may she rest in peace with God now. We want to remember Elizabeth Liz Siedenberg, a beloved mother, grandmother, sister, and friend. She was a woman of extraordinary kindness and sought out ways to share her talents with those around her. Liz would take note of her family and friends' favorite foods, and visitors would often be treated to a freshly baked batch of cookies or banana bread made lovingly for them. She would hand-stitch tea towels, mend clothes, and save stuffed animals from losing limbs. She would stress about being the best host, whether you came and stayed for minutes or stayed for days. She loved company, and we hope that her loved ones in heaven now surround her while she shares her stories over coffee.